Joining us live once again is Lieutenant Governor and the state's COVID-19 liaison, Dr. Josh Green. Now, Dr. Green, the first question is from Lance asking about the keiki here in the islands. Is Hawaii seeing an increase in numbers for their kids?
We have seen an increase in cases, but we've only got 2 kids in the hospital right now, just 2 over at Kapiolani. So we've not seen a surge like they have on the mainland.
Okay, good to know. The next question is about the cluster at the music concert at the Bishop Museum. A viewer asked, wasn't everyone supposed to be vaccinated to be allowed to attend? What does that mean? Does it even make a difference?
It does make a difference, especially as to how ill people will get, but you can't really stop Omicron with just simple vaccination of 2 shots. Even the booster will not necessarily protect you from catching the virus. It will protect you from getting hospitalized. So it's still masks that prevent the spread of the disease better than anything.
All right, Kyle is asking, so is the state going to follow the new CDC guideline of 5 days of quarantine instead of 10? And when is a decision going to be made?
Well, I asked the director yesterday if she was ready to make a decision, and she was still discussing it with her team. It's possible that we will in the near future, but I think that Director Char is quite conservative and worried that that will cause extra spread. So we still have to wait another day or 2 probably to hear.
Okay, and if that was put into place, would it be for everyone or just healthcare workers, do you think?
Well, I think probably everyone. I don't think that they would specify classes of workers, but again, we'll have to see. Again, the reason for that is after 5 days, the likelihood of people still being infectious and shedding the virus is much lower. It's not nothing, but it's much lower. So it's just a probability and outcome situation. And we're weighing risk about not having healthcare workers at all versus healthcare workers that can mask and keep basically protected with low viral loads.
Right. Okay, the next question is from Wendy. She asks, I know of 2 different people who have tested positive for COVID. They're experiencing only minor symptoms and they continue to go out. I'm sure there are a lot of others just like them. So what is the state doing about those types of cases?
There are so many cases right now. We have a known number of 14,514 active cases from testing. There's 2 or 3 times that number of people that have surely caught COVID, the Omicron variant, and are out there walking about. It's impossible to contact trace and police all of that. So people have to take personal responsibility and just not go out while they're symptomatic. Because while you're symptomatic, you are shedding virus.
Okay, and then kind of along that line, the next question, is now a good time to catch COVID? Since the Omicron variant leads to more minor symptoms, wouldn't it be good to catch it now and just have the natural antibodies?
Well, I would try to avoid catching it at all costs because you can get your antibodies from being vaccinated. But if you do catch Omicron, which is what happens with these viruses, they become more infectious and less severe. It spreads more immunity over time. That's why coronaviruses tend to be a 3 to 5 year cycle until the whole globe gets immunity. If you catch Omicron, yes, you're going to have a lot of extra antibodies. But if you're over 60 and not fully vaccinated plus a booster, that's the category of individuals that could end up in the intensive care unit or on a ventilator. So definitely don't do it if you're older, and don't try to catch anything if you can help it. Catch some extra sleep over New Year's. That's probably a better idea.
Yes, definitely. All right, then the last question is from Justin. He says, this is kind of an odd question, but can you get COVID from food? Say that you shared French fries with someone who turned out to be infected. In other words, can you get it from eating food that was touched?
Not very likely, but the way you would catch it, and people think that they caught it from sharing food, is because they are close contacts. When you're sitting across from somebody and people are not masked because they're eating, if you're with someone for more than 15 minutes and less than 6 feet apart, especially if you're not wearing a mask, if they're COVID positive, you're going to be COVID positive. So that's how the transmission goes. But it's not the French fries, it's more the proximity.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, well, thank you so much, Dr. Green, for joining us this morning, and as always, answering all of our COVID questions. We appreciate you.
You bet. Take care.
All right, have a